YouTube too. Let's see. Okay, cool. It's working on YouTube. It's working on YouTube. Smooth. Yo, if y'all tapped in, full-time entrepreneur now. Let's get it. What's good? Yo, if y'all are tapped in with me, you are on YouTube, you're here on IG, man. I'm super excited. This is my first live in a long time. We're gonna see how it's coming. We're gonna see how it's going. Forgive me if I sound a little all over the place or whatever the case may be, but we're gonna see how it's running, y'all. We're gonna see definitely how it's running. Let me see. Make sure we go over here. Cool. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. For those who don't know, it said before, my name is Brian. The $3.5 million in 4 years in events-based sales. We now have the #1 events-based coaching and consulting company in America that has now helped over 600 clients start and scale their very own events-based business. If you go to events-based leads, if you go on YouTube and you type in events-based, we're literally the first page in. But I just want to tap in all my entrepreneurs, all my hustles. If you get into the bag this week, just comment bag in the chat. Do me a favor, just comment bag in the chat. If you get into the bag this week, just comment bag in the chat. I love that. If you tapped in, just comment bag in the chat. You get into the bag this week. Car rental queen, let's get it. Was that Cat? What up? Yeah, she's definitely getting to the bag. She gets to the shmoney. Yo, if you tapped in this week, you get into the bag, just tap in. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. For those who don't know, we have a 5-day challenge coming up August 10th to 15th. So that's only in 3 weeks. We got a 5-day challenge breaking down step by step how exactly we're going to be taking you from literally going and getting your first event space to getting all the funding to go ahead and run it up to $10,000 a month. So I'm super excited about that. But one of the biggest things that I want to talk about today, right? One of the biggest things that I want to talk about is what's stopping most people from changing their life, right? What is stopping most people? Because a lot of times people think it's the information. A lot of times people think it's, oh my God, like I don't have all the steps and everything like that. We got over 1,100 videos on YouTube. It's rarely that. So everybody who's not at $10,000 a month, comment what's the biggest thing that is holding you back from changing your life right now. Whether that's money, whether that's fear, whether that's procrastination, maybe that's support. Maybe you don't got the support from your significant other, your family, or your kids, or whatever the case may be. What is the biggest obstacle right now that is holding you back? I want to see if there's anything that I can answer and I can address right away. Okay. Comment what's the #1 thing that's holding you back right now. What's the biggest thing? Whether it's money, family, cost, fear, support, whatever the case may be. And then I want to talk about those things, money and procrastination. Shout out, Brett. Let's get it. Shout out, Brett. Let's see. And this is the way I operate is if I ever go live, I like engagement. So I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to y'all just like y'all in front of me. Because if I had 16, 15, 17, 5 people on YouTube, whatever the case may be, that'd be a lot of people listening. So I want to make sure that everybody's tapped in. We got our Bev. Let's get it. Let's go. For me, it was balancing my time. Okay. Balancing my time. Definitely going to talk about time for a little bit, right? So what's the big goal here? Support, procrastination, funding. I love it. Money. Okay. For those who are new tapping into the live, we dropping everything. Why are you not at $5,000 to $10,000 a month? Mark said fear and balance. Okay. Say that. Fear and balance. Say that. I want to know what's the biggest thing that's holding you back, right? #1, if you said fear, I want you to drop what exactly is that stemming from? What are you afraid of? And I want to tell you guys a story real quick, right? Because a lot of times, one decision was going to change your life, right? We are talking about events-based business here, right? But at the end of the day, this business has been around since the dawn of time. So we want to make sure that, okay, cool. A lot of times I talk to people and they're just like, you know what? I've been thinking about this for a year. I've been thinking about this for 5 years. I've been thinking about this for 10 years. Why haven't you taken a step yet? And a lot of times they say things like fear and procrastination. Well, where is that fear coming from? Because it's the same thing. If you go to a doctor and you have a cough or whatever the case may be, well, where is this coming from? Well, do you have some type of sickness inside of you? Is it maybe your environment or maybe the people around you sick? Like you have to start to analyze and cross-reference these things because that's what's going to be holding you back. Right? So it's like, okay, cool. Once we decide where this fear is stemming from, a lack of belief, beautiful. Once we understand where this is coming from, how long do you feel like how this has been holding you back? Fear of not getting an ROI. Okay, cool. Fear of not getting an ROI. Let's talk about that for a second, right? So now it's like, okay, cool. An ROI, that's a simple thing. We can talk about that for a second. Now it's just kind of like, all right, I can weigh out the numbers, I can run a P&L, and I can see, boom, my answer, I can do some quick back of napkin math, and I understand where this is coming from now. But think about it like this. Taking that one step extends over a long period of time. So many people say it's that one thing, but that one thing is holding you back for years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever the case may be. I've had people I jump on calls with that are literally they're holding themselves back for a year, 5, 10 years. So now the real number one question that you have to ask yourself is, do you feel like this fear has ruined the future that you wanted for yourself so badly? Do you feel that this fear has ruined the future that you wanted for yourself so badly? Because here's the thing, right? I don't believe in fear. I'm going to either learn or earn. I don't believe in losing. I don't believe in losing. I'm only going to either learn or earn. It's gonna win and I'm gonna make money, or I'm gonna just gain some lessons. It's one or the other. It's very, very black and white. So for everybody who has fear and procrastination kind of holding them back from taking that next step, right? You have to ask yourself, how long has this fear of procrastination been holding you back? How long has this fear of not getting an ROI been holding you back? How long has this fear of taking a step into the life that you deserve been holding you back, right? A lot of people talk about money. Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the funny. Can I break something down for y'all real quick? Just comment B, break it down. Just comment B, break it down in the chat for me real quick. Can I break something down about cost and money in the chat real quick? Somebody just comment B, break it down. Okay. There's such a thing as an investment and a cost. There's an investment and a cost. When people go to college, they don't look at, oh my God, what is the cost of going to Harvard? What is the cost of going to Princeton? What is the cost of going to Yale? What is the cost of going to Baruch? What is the cost of going to CUNY or this and that and the third? They say, okay, cool, the investment is why. Because they believe that this investment of 4 years of all these tens of thousands of dollars is going to pay off and manifest itself in a job that may or may not pan out. Okay? That's what they believe. That is the investment that they're looking at. So now it's like, here's the thing, right? There's so many families that take out loans, tens of thousands of dollars of debt just to send their kids to school. Why? They don't think about, oh my God, the cost of this. They look at this investment. Okay, cool. I'm going to spend all these hours working and all these tens of thousands of dollars into my kids' college tuition because it's an investment. Later on, I'm going to go and reap the benefits of them going and having a full-time job as a software engineer, as a doctor, as a lawyer. And they look at that as a promise. They look at that as a return on investment. How many people got laid off during COVID, y'all? How many people got laid off? How many people got laid off during COVID, right? All these people who thought they had safe jobs didn't realize that, okay, cool, maybe my job isn't that safe. When Trump came into power and DEI came into play and everybody started losing their jobs, nobody thought about that investment in college, right? Nobody thought about it because they thought that it was safe. Safe. That word that traps so many of us over and over and over again. I thought it was safe. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Hear me out, right? The only thing that's safe in my eyes is the future that I put into my own hands. Can I get an amen? Somebody comment amen in the chat. The only future that is safe is the future that I put into my own hands. I left my job as a server because I felt safer putting my own future in the hands of me and my event space. Because I knew that the same way they snap their fingers and turn my entire life upside down, that can happen any other single time that I go to another job. Whether it was to another Italian restaurant, a Peruvian restaurant, corporate America, whatever the case may be. I knew that I faced that reality any single day, any single time, any single opportunity that I go to another job. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Put right or wrong in the chat. Am I right or am I wrong? So now it's just like, okay, cool. There is no lack of resources, only a lack of resourcefulness. There's people who are losers make excuses, winners make it happen. And here's what I want to do real quick. If you're a loser that makes excuses, hop off this live right now. I'm not talking to you. If you're a loser that makes excuses, hop off this live right now. If you're a winner that makes it happen, stay on this live and comment W in the chat. Comment W in the chat. If you're a loser that makes excuses, hop off this live. I'm not talking to you. If you're a winner that makes it happen, comment W in the chat. I want you to comment W in the chat because this is who this live is for. This live is for the people who are going to make it happen no matter which way or the other. They're not going to go ahead and look at me and say like, hey, look, Brian, like I have all these obstacles in front of me. I'm still going to make it happen. Because guess what happens, right? People are going to go to church on Sunday and act all holy and mighty and things of that nature. And when the pastor sends out that collection plate, they're going to go ahead and put it because they think that it's going to the right places. But guess what? They won't put that same investment in themselves. Can somebody rationalize that with me? Can somebody rationalize that with me? How people will go ahead and put their faith in their pastor, put their faith in their faith in themselves. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll take a sip. Somebody please answer that question for me. So now it's just kind of like when I got fired from my job, I'm not putting my faith in somebody else. I'm not waiting for support. When I left my job when I got fired from my job as a server and I went all in on my business, my family did not agree with me. My parents did not agree with me. My cousins did not agree with me. My brothers, my sisters, they did not agree with me. I had to take that journey on my own. And when it panned out, guess what? I had to take that journey on my own. But guess what? When I was making $15,000 a month, I took that journey on my own. When we got to $80,000 a month, I took that journey on my own. When we took to $150,000 a month and I'm paying the mortgage and the bills of my family, I took that journey alone. Nobody did it with me. Nobody walked that path with me. And I'm not expecting anybody to walk that path with me because guess what? That is a journey that I have to walk alone. That is a journey that there's a quote in the Bible. I don't know who's religious here, but I want to share it with you guys real quick. Proverbs 3:27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to act. Do not say to your neighbor, come back tomorrow and I'll give it to you when you already have it with you. What does that mean? What does that mean? Stop looking at other people for approval. Stop looking at other people for the opportunity to say, hey, look, listen, I need your approval for me to go and be great. You already have everything you need to be great. God woke you up with 2 arms and 2 limbs, 2 arms and 2 legs and a brain over your head. You already have everything you need to be great. Why are you begrudging yourself that opportunity of going and being great? This is why we created the 5-day challenge. So literally in the next couple of weeks, we are going to have the opportunity. You are going to have the opportunity of spending 5 days with myself and the entire ESE team for literally only $97. You can't get that anywhere else. You can't get that anywhere else. So when people say to me, hey, look, listen, Brian, I'm looking for an opportunity. You have that opportunity. Don't tell me anything else because guess what? I had to walk that path alone. You don't. I had to walk that path alone. I had to figure out that path. So when my family turned and looked at me and said, hey, look, listen, that business is going to fail. Cool. I'm going to take that path alone. When I was making $10,000 a month for my event space, guess what? I'm going to take that path alone. When I go ahead and I'm making $80,000, $150,000 a month with my event space, guess what? I am taking that path alone. Ecclesiastes 11:4 says, whoever watches the wind will not plant, whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. So many of us are watching the wind blow, and so many of us are watching life pass us by, seeing other people become successful, but we're not the ones taking it in our own hands. Can I get an amen? So many of us are not going ahead and making those changes in our life because we're waiting for the right time and waiting for the right situation. Well, here's the thing, right? The right situation, the right opportunity never comes. We have to create it. Can I get an amen? The right situation never comes. We have to create it. Can I get an amen? I don't know. Am I talking to myself or am I talking to y'all? Because I see a whole bunch of people on this live. So one of the biggest things that you have to do is you have to set that right example, not only for yourself, but for your kids as well. You have to set that example for the next generation. Everybody talks about generational wealth. But guess what? They're not doing the things to make their next generation wealthy. I'll wait. So many people talk about generational wealth, but they are not doing the things that make their next generation wealthy. If your kids looked at your life right now and did the exact same things that you were doing, would you be happy? If your kids watched your entire life and did the exact same things, procrastinated the same way that you did, feared success the same way you did, waited on other people's support the same way you did, would you be happy? If they operated the same way that you did, would you be happy? So we have to ask ourselves, what type of example are we setting? Because here's the thing, right now we have everything. We have ChatGPT, we have AI, we have Google, we have this, we have that, we have YouTube. We have all this abundance of opportunity, but you didn't take it. We have Bitcoin, we have crypto, we have all these different things. We have all this opportunity, but you didn't take it. What are we doing? I want everybody to do me a favor real quick. I want you to go to your browser and type in myvenueprofit.com. I want you to go myvenueprofit.com, and I want you to go get a VIP ticket for yourself. That's what I want you. That's how I want you to show up for yourself today. And when you get that, I want you to come back to this live and comment done. You're going to go to myvenueprofit.com. You're going to get a VIP ticket so you can spend 5 days with us. You can get into a private group with myself and the coaches so we can spend 5 days and make sure that your next week becomes your best week. I want everybody to do that for me right now. I want you to go to myvenueprofit.com. You're going to go get a VIP ticket. You're going to put in your information. You're going to get a VIP ticket. You're going to come back right here, and we're going to go ahead and spend 5 days together so we can make the next week the best week. Everything in the past gets wiped clean. Everything in the past gets wiped clean. Everything in the past, all the procrastination, all the lack of support, all the fear gets wiped clean. This next step right here, appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and pin that. Appreciate that. This next step right here is going to be the best step. I want you guys to show up in the best form as possible. I want you to wake up and say, okay, cool. I made this decision so that the next generation can look back at me and say, okay, cool. Because of my mom, because of my dad, because of my grandmother, because of my grandfather, we were set up for success. Because I look at so many things now in my life where it was just like, wow, why couldn't I have been born into the Vanderbilts? Why couldn't I have been born in the Rockefellers? Why couldn't I have been one of those billionaire kids? Well, guess what? The reason that those kids are billionaire kids now is because their parents and their grandparents made a decision to stop bullshitting around. They made a decision to take that bet on themselves to go ahead and make sure, okay, cool, I'm going to set the next generation up for success. Ask yourself, are you making those same decisions? Are you making those same decisions where you can turn up and you can show up and your family can say, hey, look, listen, because of my dad, because of my mom, we're set up for success. So I need you to go to myvenueprofit.com and go ahead and get your ticket so we can make those 5 days the most transformational 5 days of your life. It's that simple. We want to go ahead and make those 5 days the best 5 days of your life. We want to go ahead and set it up to the way where you don't have to look back and think about, okay, cool, did I do everything in my power? And just to kind of show you guys, I want to go through a couple of different things, right? I want to go through a couple of different things of things that we're going to be talking about, right? So number one, right? So actually, let me go ahead and I'll use this whiteboard, right? Find, fund, fill. I don't know if y'all can read that. Find, fund, fill, right? When it comes down to the find, what we want to go ahead and do is we're walking through the websites like loopnet.com, right? All the different specifications that you need to understand in terms of what you're looking for an event space, we are walking through. When I say 2,000 to 5,000 square feet, okay, Brian, what does that even mean? What permits am I looking at? What investment am I looking at? What cash am I looking at? When it comes down to the funding, what's the credit score supposed to be? Okay, cool. You mentioned 680 or higher or whatever the case may be, but I want to go ahead and make sure that's situated. So is it all right if I kind of preface some things we're going to be talking about in the challenge? Somebody just give me a yes in the chat. And if you got your ticket already, just comment got my ticket. If you got your ticket to the challenge already, just comment got my ticket. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's tap in. Let's tap in. If you got your ticket, or if you went to myvenueprofit.com and you got your ticket already, just comment "got my ticket" so I can shout you out real quick because you're an action taker. You know, I know there's going to be a lot of people who there's going to be a lot of people, like I said, losers make excuses, winners make it happen. I want to see my winners right now. I'm shouting on my winners right now. My people who are going to go ahead and make it happen. That's what I want to see real quick, for sure. If you got your ticket already, comment "got my ticket." Let's see. Let's get it. Let's go. So like I was mentioning, right? So we got the Find, Fund, and Fill. Okay? Let's get it. I'm a winner, but I just paid school tuition. Losers make excuses. Winners make it happen. Like I said, find, fund, fill. All right? When it comes down to that, find, fund, fill. We want to find the space. What websites are we looking at? We're looking at websites like loopnet.com. Right? Mrs. Wilson, take that journey with me. Let's get it. Loopnet.com. I want you to be. Mrs. Wilson just said, "I just paid school tuition." Now, here's the thing, right? Let's assume school tuition is $50,000 for the year, right? I would never pay $50,000 a year for a freaking school tuition, but let's talk about it for a second, right? Cool. You get your event space up and running in 90 days. You're at 10K a month. Somebody do the math for me. What's 10K times the last 9 months of the year? What's 10K times 9? Somebody do the math for me. Somebody do the math for me real quick. What's 10K times 9? What is 10K? That's $90,000. So if I paid $50,000 for my tuition and I just paid and I just learned how to get my event space set up for $97 and I paid 90K, 90K minus 50 is what? How much profit am I in for a $97 investment? Somebody do that math for me. What is the profit that I'm in right now? Somebody do that math for me. I just want to make sure that it makes sense. Right. I just want to make sure that I'm not bugging out. Right. That, you know what I'm saying, that we are setting up our future generations for the right things. Right. I just want to make sure of that. Right. Somebody said 40K. Cool. That I just want to make sure. All right. Cool. I just want to make sure. Or if you want to subtract the $97, cool. Whatever the case may be. All right. Cool. So now let's say, for example, right, some of the things that we're going to be talking about on the challenge. First things first, we got to find the space. Right. Or let's talk about the funding for a second. So what I want everybody to do, you're going to get a copy of your credit report from Experian.com. Okay. Somebody drop Experian in the chat. And the reason I like to do Experian.com is only because I want to make sure that I'm getting the most accurate credit report as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Experian.com, get a copy of my credit report. You can sign up for a free trial, 7 days. We do this with all our clients in Event Space Elites. So go ahead, sign up for the free trial, and get 7 days. You get 3 copies of your credit report. Once you have a copy of your credit report, now you have clarity. Now you have awareness. Somebody comment the word awareness. Okay. Now you have awareness. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my credit score is number 1, 680 or higher, less than 30% utilization, less than 4 to 6 inquiries, 100% payment history. Those are the top 4 things that I want to do. We could talk about credit mix. That's a whole other conversation. It's honestly not even that important. It's only 10% of your credit score. But those are the top things that I want to go ahead and do, right? So you can get a credit specialist. You can do it yourself. You have a YouTube channel. You can go ahead and see all those different things, right? So now I'm at a 680 with less than 30% utilization. I'm in the right place, okay? Cool. Now with that being said, now I want to leverage my credit score. Somebody comment the word leverage for me. Somebody comment the word leverage. And if you haven't gone to myvenueprofit.com, make sure you get your ticket. You're going to go to myvenueprofit.com and you're going to go ahead and get your ticket for the challenge. It's only $97, right? If you really don't want 97, you can do the 47 for general. But I think you should get the 97 because then you get extra time with me and the team. Okay? Everybody commented leverage. Beautiful, right? So this is what I want you to do. Every bank pulls from a different credit bureau. We have Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Every bank pulls from a different bureau, okay? So now with that being said, what we want to go ahead and do is we want to see which banks pull from which bureaus. Typically, Experian, Chase, and Amex. Those are my 2 big boys. Those are the ones I stick with all the time, okay? Number 2, we want to look for one that pulls TransUnion. Now, Navy Federal pulls Experian on the personal side. Business is a different thing, but on the personal side, it's fine. Now, I know what everybody's telling me, Brian, I don't want personal credit. I don't want personal credit. Guess what? Listen to me for a second. All the money's got to get paid back regardless. All the money's got to get, whether you get 50,000 on business, 50,000 personal, 50,000 on corporate, 50,000 on this, 50,000 freaking NASA, all the money got to get paid back regardless. So with that being said, now what we want to go ahead and do is we want to utilize these different assets. Then we have Equifax, right? DCU, Digital Credit Union, great credit union that pulls from Equifax. So now with that being said, I have 3 different approvals off 3 different banks where I can now triple up on my funding. Somebody comment the word triple for me. Somebody comment the word triple for me. I like triple on funding. I don't know about y'all. If I get 150 versus 50, I'm cool with that. So now we just got $150,000 in funding, right? 0 to low interest, right? Because I can't say 0 interest for every credit card. If you get a Chase, Ink, or an American Express Blue Business Cash, those are 0% interest. But the Navy Federal and the DCU cards, those are going to have a small nominal interest, right? But there are other credit cards that do offer 0% interest, okay? So now with that being said, now I have the funding. So how do we go ahead and get the space, right? I want everybody to comment the website loopnet.com. Okay, so now we have loopnet.com. We're going to go on loopnet.com. You can also go on another website like Crexi. In Event Space Leads, we actually use about 15 different websites, but these are the top 2, LoopNet and Crexi, right? So now, just to kind of show you guys, boom, boom, cool. So now with LoopNet and Crexi, right, what we want to do is we want to look for a space 2,000 to 5,000 square feet. Once we found a space that's 2,000, 5,000 square feet, there's typically going to be either a landlord or a realtor's information on the right side or on the bottom. You're going to contact them and set up an appointment ASAP. Now, there are going to be a couple things. They're going to ask you, hey, look, listen, do you have proof of income, proof of funds, things of that nature, whatever the case may be. You do personal mentorships. I'm personally mentoring everybody for 5 days. Go to myvenueprofit.com and get a ticket. Everybody, I want everybody to go to myvenueprofit.com, go get your ticket. myvenueprofit.com. Let's get it. Let's go. Right? I'm personally mentoring everybody for 5 days at myvenueprofit.com. Make sure you go get your ticket. Right? And I think I'm going to do something special for the next 10 people who go ahead and buy their ticket because I like people who take action. Right? Actually, the next 10 people who go and get their ticket, they're going to get put into a private group with myself and the coaches, and I'm going to do a 5-minute Q&A. Yeah, we could do that. I like that. So the next 10 people who jump in, what I want to do is I'm going to jump in. I'm going to go live in that private Telegram, answer as many questions as possible for a few minutes. So next 10 people, go to myvenueprofit.com, go ahead and jump in. And that's just going to be a sample of what you're going to see in the 5 days with myself and my team. So imagine myself and my entire team going ahead, building your business to make sure that it gets to $10,000 a month. Okay, perfect. So you're going to go to myvenueprofit.com. It's pinned here on IG. Let me see if I could go ahead and pin it over here. myvenueprofit.com. I could go ahead and pin it. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. So it's pinned on IG Live. It's pinned on YouTube Live. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and start looking at spaces right now. I need everybody to go ahead and look at. And this is one of the things we're going to be doing on challenge. On the challenge itself, we're going to give you spaces to go and look at. Right? So on the challenge itself, everybody this is going to be for the VIP specifically, right? But everybody who's in VIP, I might do it for general, I don't know. But we're going to give you actual spaces to look for. So we're going to have a whole submission. We're going to go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and do a form where you're going to go ahead and get 3 to 5 spaces from us. And we're going to want you to go ahead and look at them quick because we want to find everybody's spaces on the challenge within 48 hours. How cool is that? So now within 48 hours, you are literally finding your first space. And then we're going to talk about running ads and all that good stuff, right? So let's talk about that for a second, right? Cool. So now it's like, okay, cool. I found my space. I went and talked to the landlord, and we're going to talk about how we go through proof of funds. And we're going to talk about how we navigate permits, architect, things of that nature, right? So now at that point, what we want to go ahead and do is now it's like, okay, cool. I've got the space. Well, I have to build it out. So now what we want to go ahead and do is we already have a starter pack. We already have a list of all the different build out and vendors and things of that nature that you're going to go ahead and use. So at that point, now you can go ahead at Life Storage. What's good, bro? What we're going to go ahead and do is now can we join if we don't meet the 4 requirements? Yeah, yes, 100%. Even if your credit is not in place, you can still join the challenge. That is totally fine. Go to MyVenueProfit, get it, because the thing about it is that on the challenge, we're going to be talking about credit. I have my credit coach. He's going to be coming in giving game. So even if you don't have the best credit, come on the challenge. It is okay. It is okay. We're going to show you how you're going to increase your credit score. So that way you can be in a position and you can take a step forward. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay. So now what's happening next is now what we want to go ahead and do is we have the space, we have the funding. Now what we want to do is we want to hand over the check to the landlord, get the space for the moving costs. We want to go ahead. So it's moving costs. It's build out costs. And it's furniture costs. For those who don't know, I'm writing on my board, on my paper, so I don't lose track of anything. Cool. So with that being said, now we are going to put that money, that same $150,000 in funding that we just got, we're going to go and put that into moving costs, put that into build-out costs, put it into moving furniture costs. Fast forward, now we have a fully functioning venue. What's next? Oh my God, Brian, I have my venue. How are we going to go ahead and start getting bookings? Cool. One of the first things that we're doing, right? Two things that we're doing, right? One, two. Two things that we're doing, right? Number one, I need you to do 150 pieces of content. Now in ESC, we have something called the event venue content system where you show everybody the 4 buckets of content that you want to go ahead and start creating. With that being said, now I have 150 pieces of content, then I can start running ads. And we have a full-time media buyer in Facebook that runs all the ads for our clients and our next level premiere, things of that nature, right? But that's how you do it. That's how you get. So literally, you can spend a couple $1,000s in ads, and now you're at $10,000 a month. Simply because what? All I need is my Saturdays booked. That's it. All I need is my Saturdays booked. The Fridays and Sundays are gravy. But to $10,000 a month, all I need is my Saturdays booked. Ask any client. Ask any client. If you haven't seen it before, we've posted the testimonials. We've posted all over. Like literally, I'm going to go ahead and read it right now. We have a challenge going on right now in the community where our clients are going ahead. Community wins. Let's see. We have a challenge going on right now. I'm just going to go ahead and read a couple of those, right? Boom. Darlene just posted 2,200. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. Members, $2,200. Boom. $700. Boom. Ann and Troy. Boom. $13,000. Boom. These are real life screenshots. I posted these all over my story, and I'll post a few more too, just so you guys can go ahead and see. So the numbers are real, but like I was saying from the beginning, right? Like I was saying from before, these steps are here. These steps are here. We have got to get out of our own way, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We can go through this entire thing. If you are not mentally in that situation, if you are not mentally in that place to go ahead and make that change in your life, it is not going to happen for you. How many people, if I could take a quick roll call real quick, how many people since the beginning of 2025 have felt stuck? Just comment stuck. Comment the word stuck. I'm just taking a quick roll call. I want y'all to be vulnerable with me for a second. Can we be vulnerable for a second? How many people since the beginning of 2025 have felt stuck? Mark said he's been feeling stuck. Who else has been feeling stuck? It's okay. I want everybody to be extremely vulnerable right now. Nobody's going to judge. If you have been feeling stuck and you ask yourself, hey, is it the information that I'm missing, or is it me getting in my own way? The information is here. The information is going to be all over the 5-day challenge, right? But now it's like how long am I going to be tired of being tired? Right? Like that's the real thing that we have to ask ourselves. If I'm afraid of stepping into this new being of myself, how long am I going to allow myself to feel stuck? How long am I going to be there? How long am I going to make excuses for myself as to the reason I can't get to the next level? Because here's the thing. Can I be vulnerable with y'all? Just comment yes. Can I be vulnerable with y'all? Just comment the word yes. There are times when I'm making excuses for myself. And I have to literally remind myself, B, why are you making excuses? You're better than that. Why are you making excuses? If there is somebody else out in the world that bleeds the same blood as me, I instantly know that I can do it. That's it. I might need a little help. I might need a little information. I might need a little bit of coaching. But I know that it's possible because somebody else has already done it. So if you haven't gotten your ticket to the 5-day challenge, this is your way to be unstuck. You have to take that step. You have to make those micro commitments to yourself. Those micro commitments where it's like, hey, look, listen, I might not do a full workout today, but I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna go on the stair stepper for 5 minutes. That's a micro commitment. So then today I go on the stair stepper for 5 minutes or even before I go on the stair stepper, I'm just gonna go warm up today. I'm just gonna go stretch. I'm gonna go, and you're gonna notice that your body will continue to want to be in a stem of flow. Like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm not gonna do a full workout today. I'm just gonna warm up. Okay, I warmed up yesterday. You know what? I'm just gonna go on the stair stepper for 5 minutes. You know what? I'm just gonna focus on my diet today. These little micro commitments to yourself, this is what makes winners win and win big. I wasn't always 208 pounds. I used to be 140. But I made the micro commitments where, like, hey, look, listen, I'm going to go to the gym today. I'm going to eat better today. I'm going to work out this part of my body today. These are micro commitments. These are commitments where we can go ahead and make sure that we're taking a step forward. So if you have been feeling stuck, this is your way to feel unstuck. Guys, my name is Brian. I truly hope this was helpful. I truly hope this was life-changing. If you have not already, definitely make sure, go ahead, jump into myvenueprofit.com. Go ahead and grab your ticket. I cannot wait to see you in the challenge. It's going to be absolutely exhilarating. I have my entire team on deck ready to absolutely blow your mind. It's going to be absolutely insane, guys. Cannot wait. Go to myvenueprofit.com. We do have limited tickets. I think we only have about 490 tickets left. But they're going soon. They're definitely going down. So definitely before you run out, make sure you go ahead and grab your ticket as soon as possible. And let's make the next week the best week. Let's get it. Let's go.